doing? Good day. In this week's video, you see a massive building back there, and that is, my friends, Harrods in London, England. See the green awning, the staple look, the feel, the luxury department store originated in the 1800s as a grocery store. Harrods, check out the steeple up top, just the incredible architectural style, design. Largest department store in Europe. Place amazing. We're gonna dance in here. Check out some of these multiple floors, design, style, look, feel, everything inside. Harrods, London, England.
The Retail Nomad, traveling the globe, sharing what the retail environment is like, hidden corners of the world.
And before I stepped foot inside of this massive store, I wanted to kind of just walk around the perimeter just to give you an idea of the context, the architectural style, the demographic of the shopper. It's everything from sports enthusiasts in shorts and jerseys to the people that are decked out, pimped out suit styles, and even the cars. I love the old school London taxis, and then you got some sweet whips and rides. People pulling up. I saw everything from Lambos to Rolls Royces. So very diverse demographic, which kind of goes hand in hand with the store motto, Omnia, Omnibus Ubique, which means all things for all people everywhere. I love the concept, look, feel, design, and just wanted to give you a little flavor outside before we dance inside and see the modern labels and how this store is configured, laid out, and why it's one of the most popular tourist destinations in London. Harrods, UK, London. Now let's get ready to take you inside. As you see right here, there's a small little Prada cafe outdoors. Have coffee, mimosa or something of that nature before or after your shopping experience. But let's dance inside this bad boy. Check out one of the top attraction features in London. Come on inside. Harrods, as upon entry, you could just feel the luxury, the brands, the aesthetics, the gold, the glitter, and the sheen, and the labels. You got Moet over here to the right, a little bar restaurant. You've got the glitter up top, the attraction. You see some bottles of champagne and cava and so forth. But it just exudes a high-end Uber luxury. And look at the foot traffic. I mean, this is the middle of the week, right? This is amazing on what they've done with their attraction and appeal. One of the brands that I wanted to showcase and highlight in this week's video is Manscaped. This brand's catching a lot of international attention these days. I was part of the design competition team that we won last year in Kansas City at Shop Ideation. And then it was actually exposed at Shop Marketplace in North Carolina this year. And then chatting with Laura in Barcelona at Shop Talk Europe, this brand capturing a lot of international eyeballs. So kudos to all. And upon entry, you'll see that there's a thoroughfare with some maps showing you the different departments located on which floor. This is a massive location, over 1 million square feet. That it sits on over 5 acres, offering over 330 departments for various brands and option selection. And as I'm zigzagging through these billion-dollar brands, you get to see a common theme with the banner up top and with the polished metal system that keeps it very consistent throughout with the brand names. Then what I liked here, you get to see a little bit of work with a barricade here for Givenchy, as obviously they're performing a remodel or opening a new site behind this barricade here. And kudos to Mr. Ben for being an approved vendor here within Harrods. And I'm sorry I didn't get a chance to meet up with your crew the evening that they were performing an install. Just very cool to see how they lay out this labyrinth, of blue chips labels and brands that we're all familiar with here. And as I bolted up to the upper floors, you see these beautiful escalators and the Egyptian themed ceiling here of beautiful decor and attention to detail. And interesting to learn that Harrods, founded in 1834 by Charles Henry Harrod, became the first store in England to install escalators in 1898. And then once you arrive on these floors, again, you walk into immediate, Uber luxury. Here you got Golden Goose, a vendor shop, if you will, a small decor section. Love this detail. I will say that rolling into some of these departments was like walking through a club meets a sci-fi movie with some of the lighting, the decor, the fixtures, the checkerboard theme, and so forth. But you get to see some of these killer labels and brands that we're all familiar with. A lot of them I wasn't familiar with, I got to be honest. But just cruising through here, it's kind of like a trippy labyrinth. And again, department store broken down into departments of brands and labels. But check this out. Ran into this dude, and you talk about, an engaging experience that ties the consumer in with a product and brand. This cat named Daniel Cortas had this little exhibition booth, and he tricks out your sneakers. So you truly get a customized pair of kicks, whatever brand you want. And he gave me the whole background. This dude's made them for Floyd Mayweather, Travis Scott, people I've never even heard of. But he's the rock star dude to trick out your sneakers. Daniel Cortas. I loved what I learned and what he was able to explain to me here, how he does this artwork onto the goods that you purchase. I wanted to give a little extra love here to Daniel. And you can check him out on Instagram, Daniel Cortas, Cordas. But what he showed me was how he starts digitally laying the shoe artwork out, and then he literally takes it from the digital impression and he does it freehand, left, right, and back of the shoe. Very, very cool process. He started this out as a side hustle when he was 13 years old, and now he's making it for some of the top artists and celebrities in the world. Here he is on exhibit here at Harrods, one of the largest, most famous department stores in the world. Kudos to you, Daniel. Very cool cat. Chatted with him for many minutes. Folks stopping by, snapping photographs of him left and right. So check him out. And then as I wanted to blaze through this area and just continue showing you, look at how large and massive this shoe department is. Obviously, that's a large category of business for the clientele and demographic. And there's every corner you turn, brands, these high-end Uber luxury. I've never seen as much, black lacquer, gold, and, sheen, and these ultimate Uber smooth finishes, and the material selection, Santorini, some of these brands that you may have seen in some of my prior videos as well, getting a little love here today as I just skip through the Harrods store here, and now I made it over into a more little casual area. I like this one brand here, Fresco Ball, Carioca. Cool little, nice beach theme, if you will. And as I'm scooting out of the shoe department, going through this thoroughfare, you immediately roll into the next product category. This one being sunglasses and eyewear. It's every brand and label that you can fathom. One thing I liked here was the illumination. It brought a brightness in some of the display fixturing, backlit panels, and so forth. But just walking through here, you go product category to department, and brand and label. They truly satisfy every consumer's needs. From the basic sporting individual to the high end, country club mentality. It was pretty wild to think as I planned my trip to the UK, I was unaware that Wimbledon would be occurring at the same time as my travels. And each one of the brands, here you see Ralph Lauren, Polo, Lacoste had their little vendor shop as well. But a lot of Wimbledon, attire, gear, hats, shorts, shoes, sweaters, bags, and so forth. But very cool to see Wimbledon displayed. And here on the left, you see an McQueen barricade up, as they're obviously building something behind there. But I was very intrigued with some of their displays and merchandising techniques, but this brand here, Rude, obviously geared around the marine boating lifestyle, but very cool to see how they display merchandise, their items and materials. And you got Versace on the left. Here you got another barricade for Ami, but a lot of growth and transition and new brands coming in or remodels taking place. And here, as I found the beauty cosmetics section, some of these uber luxury finishes. Looks like Kanye rolling past me there on the left. It just blows me away at the attention to detail, the fixturing. I've built stores for over 30 years. I didn't see anything out of place. It just looked immaculate. Kudos to the Harrods team, visual merchandising teams for their way of displaying and merchandising. Well-lit displays. They had countertop case goods here. They had merchandise on top of merchandise, satisfying everyone's needs. As this place was bumping, look at the foot traffic here. Like I say, kudos to the Harrods team for what they built. And again, just take note on the special ceiling accents, these cutouts. This is not easy in construction. But obviously we're in the high-end area here. You got Hermes, and you're truly receiving an experience upon entry into these vendor shops, these departmentalized sections and branded areas. It's an experience. They're serving glasses of champagne. They have personal shoppers. You spend hours, if not a day, dancing through here and picking up garments, goods, purses, and clothing to fit and satisfy your needs. But just exquisite marble everywhere. Just I love the look and feel. Another element I liked is how they utilize the center area for pop-ups, which what I understand can stay up for a few months or a longer period of time. And then you see again these departmentalized areas. This here is Acme Studio. And here you see us bouncing into a brand by the name of Stone Island. Picked up one of these bad boys in Barcelona a few months back. I love the marine look, feel, and style. Very Italian. Now this brand is currently been acquired by Montclair. And in just checking out the foot traffic, it's no wonder this place receives millions of annual visitors. Currently owned by the state of Qatar, which I thought was interesting. And here you see, you got multiple bars and restaurants located throughout. And here I am closing out this week's video in front of this beautiful, huge building. I believe it's 1 block by 1 block. Originally built in 1905 as this brand, Harrods, started out and originated as a grocer. And now it's literally one of the top department stores in the world. Huge, massive, very intriguing inside. It's a labyrinth of blue chip luxury labels we've all heard of around the world. Retail Nomad coming at you live, closing out this week's vid. London, England. That's right. Thanks so much for tagging along.
Stay tuned to the Retail Nomad, as each week we'll be profiling different types of shopping experiences around the world. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Ciao.